Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a new pair of sunglasses that I've been testing out for a couple months now. These are from Wiley X, and I actually picked these up while I was at SHOT Show earlier this year in January. I went by their booth and I was looking at some of their new models, and this one kind of caught my eye because it had something that I haven't really seen in a lot of other models of different sunglasses. That it makes it for a really great fitting pair of glasses. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. This particular model is called the Aspect, and it's the polarized emerald mirror lenses, and it has a matte black frame. So let's go ahead and open up the box so we can see what all is inside. All right, so they come with this hard case, which is really nice. I like the fact that Wiley X includes that. A lot of sunglass companies, they kind of just give you the glasses, maybe with a cloth or a bag or something like that. But I like the fact that Wiley X includes a couple other accessories. I actually reviewed another pair of glasses from them, and that one came with quite a few accessories as well. So I like that they keep that same trend going. Really nice kind of hard shell case here, so it has the branding on the front, and then the oversized zipper pull also has the branding on there, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and open it up. Inside are the glasses themselves, which I'll set aside for now. We'll take a look at some of the other accessories. First things first, you have this kind of informational booklet pamphlet here. It gives you a lot of information regarding some of the markings that are on the glasses, which you will find a few. So if you guys are interested in finding out what each of those markings means, you can go ahead and look through here, and that'll show you. Besides that, you have a sticker. So really nice Wiley X sticker here. Then you have a microfiber cleaning cloth. Now this is a cloth. It's not the what do you call it? The bag that you would see with some other glasses. So this is what you would use to clean the lenses, clean the frame and stuff like that. But you cannot keep them in here because it's an actual cloth. That's why the case does come in handy. And then last but not least is you have the strap here. Now this is really cool because depending on how you're going to be using your glasses, you might need them to be a little bit more secure. So again, if you're using them for maybe boating or sports where you're going to be moving your head around and stuff like that, this is really nice because it gives you that extra security on the glasses. You just kind of slide these little foam pieces on the ends, at the end of the stems, and then you have the nice braided kind of two-tone color cord here, so black with these kind of flecks of gray in there. And then you have the little slider here that allows you to loosen or tighten these. So if you have them around your head and you want to tighten it so that you know they're not going anywhere, you can go ahead and do that. So it's cool that they include that also. And then inside the box, you have this little sticker that says, "Attention, Wiley X lenses offer superior impact resistance, but may scratch. Always store in protective case." So again, because these don't come with the bag, the microfiber bag, you know, this would be your best way to store them, especially if you're going to be throwing them inside of like a EDC bag or something like that with other items. You obviously don't want them to get scratched up or anything like that. So it's good that they include the case. So I'll set that off to the side and let's take a look at the glasses themselves. So again, this model is called the Aspect, and it's a really nice, this model is really nice. It fits really comfortable. It's nice and lightweight, which is really nice also, especially if you're going to be wearing them for a prolonged amount of time. Now, one of the first things that I want to hit up on is the lenses themselves. Again, this is a polarized emerald mirror lens. Now, emerald obviously being a greenish hue to the lens. Now, unfortunately, with the white background of the table here and the lights, you cannot really appreciate it. But there is a green tint to it, and depending on what angle you view it, you can actually see kind of bluish tints in there also. Now this is an amber based lens. What that means is that the original color of the lens is amber, and then they add the dyes to kind of make the emerald look to it. So what that does is it actually increases contrast. So the amber color increases contrast. It makes everything look brighter when you're wearing it. So these are great for maybe overcast days when you want things to look brighter, or you know, if you just prefer that type of view out of the lenses. Now I get this question asked a lot: is are the lenses that increase contrast better, worse than the ones that don't, the more neutral based lenses? So let's say a gray or a black, that the lens starts out that color. And again, it's personal preference and what you're going to be doing with the lenses that comes into play with that. I prefer lenses that increase contrast. and I find them to be just fine, especially for bright sunny days like these emerald lenses were. So again, that's just something to keep in mind when you're picking the color of your lenses themselves. Also, this is a matte black frame. So again, really nice sleek look to it. The stems are really thin, so this is perfect. They're very comfortable when you're wearing them. You also have, they end in kind of this rubber material. So they're actually going to grip more to your head, which is really nice. And you also have that rubber material in the nose pieces right there, so they're not going to be sliding down or anything like that. Inside of the frame, you have the name. Again, it's Aspect, and I don't know if you guys can make it out, but it is ANSI stamped, so you can wear these as protective lenses. They are impact resistant, so if you're going to be wearing them like to the range or something like that, or if your job requires you to wear protective eyewear, you can go ahead and use these for that, which is another added bonus. And you also have the name right here, the WX, so Wiley X. And I like how thin the stems are, but also how they have these nice flair to it. So I have this little opening here. I think it gives it a little bit more character to the frame itself, again, because it is a matte black frame. And I also like the fact that you don't have any branding or anything on the front right there. It just looks nice and clean. So very, very comfortable. Now, I spoke about it at the beginning of the video as far as one feature that this pair of glasses had that I hadn't really seen in other glasses, not just from Wiley X, but other manufacturers, and this is a plastic frame. So I know a lot of times people say, well, it's a plastic frame, how is it going to fit? I have a wider head or a bigger head or something like that. Inherently, plastic frames, the way that the stems attach to the frame itself is just, it has a hinge, but it's usually like you pop it in or something like that. This one right here actually has a metal hinge. I don't know if you guys can make it out there. Let's see if this camera will focus. There it goes. So it has a metal hinge on either side. So what that does is it allows the hinge to actually flex out. So that is a really cool option on these glasses because it makes them a lot more comfortable. So in other words, instead of just having the rigid plastic stems and then when you put it on, they kind of flare out, but they still keep that angle coming in. Sometimes you'll get like those dents on the side of your head, especially if you had a wider head. These glasses are primarily more designed for somebody with a medium-sized head, but because of the fact that they do spring out like that, it makes it a lot more comfortable, especially when you're wearing it for a prolonged amount of time. You're not going to have the stems kind of pressing on the side of your head because they will be stretched out like that, but then when you take them off, they're going to come back to its original shape, so it's going to keep its shape. And let me tell you, from wearing them for a prolonged amount of times, especially while I'm driving and things like that, I have found them to be very, very comfortable. I kind of keep coming back to them as to wear them on a daily basis because of that particular feature. So if you're the type of person that maybe struggles between the different sizes of lenses or of frames, I should say, I would definitely recommend taking a look at these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around and put these on so you guys can see what they look like. All right, guys, so I'll go ahead and throw these on. As I already mentioned, they have a really nice wrap to them, so they're going to block the sun from coming in from the sides, from the bottom. Very, very comfortable fit. That's one thing that I cannot stress enough about this Aspect model from Wiley X is how comfortable they are, and that's primarily due to that metal hinge that allows it to kind of spring out. But again, no sun coming in from the bottom, nice and secure, nothing from the sides. The stems are nice and thin, so they go back all the way. Perfect for when you're wearing a hat or if you're wearing like hearing protection. Again, if you're going to be wearing these to go to the range, they are ANSI rated and stamped, so you can wear them as safety glasses. So if your job, requires you to do that, these will be perfect for that. Now, again, this does have an amber-based lens, so it's perfect for situations where you want increased contrast, so you want everything to look brighter. Now, I did want to touch up on that because one question that I do get asked a lot is, can you see my eyes when I'm wearing the glasses? So obviously, as you guys can tell now, you can see the emerald color a little bit better, that kind of greenish, bluish tint. But because it is an amber-based lens, in direct sunlight and at certain angles, you might be able to see your eyes. But again, they're mirrored, so you might not. So obviously, if you want, as far as the darkest lenses, then you want to go with like a gray-based or a black-based lens in order to not see your eyes at all. But I think for the most part, for the use of this, I think these are great. Again, if you're in situations where you're going to get a lot of glare, they are polarized. They're going going to block out all the harmful rays, the glare and things like that. So I think they do a really good job at that. I like the fact that they also included the strap so you guys can throw that on at the ends right here. And I do recommend doing that if you're going to be using these for sports or for activities that you're going to be moving a lot, maybe biking, things like that, boating, especially boating if you're out in the ocean, jet skiing, boating, things like that. Throw that strap on, tighten it up. You don't want to lose these, but they're going to be perfect. They're going to stay in place thanks to that rubber on the nose. And also at the end of the stems right there, that's going to allow it to grip more to your head. And then again, if you have a wider head or a rounder face or something like that, the spring action on this is going to allow it to kind of conform to your head, and it's going to be very, very comfortable. I've been wearing these for quite a while now, and I kind of gravitate towards them when I know that I'm going to be doing things that I'm going to be having my glasses on for a long time, maybe a long drive or something like that, because again, they're not going to squeeze the side of my head like some other plastic models might. So this is something that I hadn't come across. So when I was at the Wiley X booth at SHOT Show, I definitely wanted to get these in hand and check them out so I can show them to you guys so you guys can see what it's all about. Another thing that I always show is what I do is when I get to, like, let's say the mall or something like that, I throw them on top of my head. This sometimes tends to kind of bow out the stems or the legs on the glasses. I get that question a lot. How can I fix that back up? So obviously with that spring on the hinges there, it's going to spring out. And then when you bring it back down, it's just going to kind of conform back into a shape, and it's going to stay where it's supposed to. So I think they did a really awesome job in kind of hitting the different things that you might need out of a pair of glasses like this, especially for something that you're going to be active in and things like that. The fact that they include the case, the strap, the microfiber cloth is really awesome. So again, this is for the most part a really awesome pair to pick up. I will leave a link below to their site in case you guys are interested in checking out this model. It comes in a couple other colors also, so if you don't like the black with the emerald, you can kind of check out the different colors that it's available in, or some other frames from Wiley X. So there it is. This is the aspect model in the matte black frame with the polarized emerald mirror lenses. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.